welcome to another random battle replay cast. And as the title already said, I had a pretty exciting game, and yeah, there was an unexpected hero to be found, and which made me quite happy in the end of the game. But yeah, how it came to that, I will lead you through this replay a bit and talk about a bit and so on. So the usual stuff like what I intend to do, what I'm doing, or why I do what, and so on. And then in the end we can commentate from the third, perspective view, kind of. But you will see that later. So I decided to play with the Grosser Kurfuerst. Yeah. Why did I do that? Well, just for the sake of playing it from time to time. I wouldn't say that the Kurfürst is my favorite ship, but if I have, or if I like to use my secondary somehow, then yeah, there's only one ship on tier 10 that I would go for, and that's the Kurfürst. I'm not running the full meme build, which means I don't have IFHE, but I have AFT, manual secondaries, and BFT, so that's fast firing secondaries. I have to actually check out this legendary module. One of the benefits of being CC is that you somehow get all the legendary module for the T10 ships, which is of course nice, to be honest, but I even didn't know that. There's so much stuff I didn't know what you get, so that's of course a good thing, and I definitely will try that out, because it makes your secondaries firing quicker, and by reducing your main battery range. I mean, normally range on a battleship is a valuable thing, so I'm not... I mean, just from the stats or from what it gives you, I'm not so sure. You have to get into these brawling situations, and that's sometimes really hard. If you run secondary build, you're not able to to use a proper tank build, which of course can be a big drawback in the Grosser Kurfuerst. But yeah, for some memes or for some... once in a while you have these games where you come into these kind of situations, and then it's of course a lot of fun to play with the Kurfürst. So, Cyclone got announced, so I have 5 minutes time until Cyclone, and that's of course a thing the Kurfürst can benefit of. If you're watching the lineups, we see there are 2 carriers in the game, and but only tier 8, and against tier 8 the Kurfürst can defend itself quite okay. At least its AA isn't as bad as before, let's put it like this. Alright, so my intention here is to support my team that are pushing this A cap by going a bit on the outside. I didn't want to follow them, because then I can't create different angles, and I mean, my purpose is, since the A cap is blocked, okay, someone needs to go out here. And I can't expect from a Des Moines or Ibuki to bring themselves into trouble by sitting 10 kilometers away from Montana, which gets them just killed. So I'm taking over this part because I can tank it. Yeah, the Montana punched me there quite hard for 20k, I think it was. But in the end, you're still a Kurfürst, which means you can't eat citadels in close range, and so on and so on. And apart from that, I'm taking some pot shots on targets that are valuable to go for, like Des Moines. Maybe he stops behind an island, I could be able to lob shells over it, and so on and so on. And yeah, excuse the telephone, but yeah, since I'm running a daily business as well, sometimes these calls interfere. Of course, I'm calling back immediately after this video, but if I do a video, I'm doing it, and especially when I have a good start or introduction into the video. For me, it's not native speaking English guy. It's definitely always... I'm always glad if I make a good start into the video, and it's not like not that I'm struggling. Sometimes that can happen, and I don't want to reduce the quality. So excuse me for this phone call, but that's also my daily business, from what I live mainly off. Alright, yeah, I'm progressing my way here to gain yeah, first of all, the kill on the Minotaur, that was definitely not the best timing for him to turn out in this regard. But yeah, to gain a good map position, and yeah, of course, not chasing down this Montana. Many people or many players do the mistake of like chasing down battleships in their own battleships. If you want to chase down battleships, then do it in a cruiser because your HE is just sufficient. Or in the Conqueror, you could do that. Yeah, okay. I could also switch to HE and just farm him till he died, but that doesn't give my team anything. And therefore, yeah, let's just run. He's running anyways to the other side, so we have control over this area. And yeah, I will get some servos out and then prepare myself to kind of be in the distance of B to protect it, because at some point the enemy will go for B from the C area. And you never know in the random games how your how your team is doing, so the tides can change pretty quick, even unexpected, and yeah, that's why I turned away. No point of chasing him down. I'm taking pot shots every now and then, and maybe we finish him off at some point. We will see. But he's not my top priority. Even my carrier can, since he's isolated, even my carrier could go for him, I think. Alright, it doesn't look too good though on the other side. I mean, of course the enemy is plopped here, and we have some presence down here, but just by seeing that the Seattle is going out there in the open full broadside, the Hindenburg super close instead of like being around in this area, tells me probably not the most experienced players, or yeah, kind of the thing. Montana dies to HE spam from the Des Moines. Yeah, there you see, if you keep your Des Moines alive by pushing here, and they can hide behind the island, and the Montana is gone. Just with a support fire, you can capitalize on this. So yeah, now of course I can turn in a bit again, since the Montana, the threat to my broadside is gone, and yeah, just occupy a position somewhere here or so. Secondary distance in case the enemy wants to go for B. When it comes to AA, as I said, against tier 8 ships you don't have the biggest issues, but it's quite impressive actually. I shot down several planes while playing Grosser Kurfuerst, so I mean, it's not an AA monster, but it feels definitely more or stronger than before. Could be a subjective thing, but yeah, maybe the CV rework helped this ship in this regard. Enemy Lexicon is fleeing, and yeah, now we wait to let the cyclone hit. Yeah, the Seattle died, as I expected. The Hindenburg, I don't know what these Hindenburg players are doing. Hindenburg is a mid to long range kiting ship. And yes, you can capitalize on situations like Cyclone by going close, because it's also a really good crawler. But just sitting there, I see this very often, where people in the Hindenburg peek from behind an island and just use their two main front guns or so. And you think, what the hell? What is this? This is not Hindenburg gameplay. This is like as if an anxious rabbit sits behind an island, is like trying to how can I name it? Try to copy Des Moines gameplay, which of course doesn't work because you don't have the DPM of a Des Moines. But yeah, just came to my mind that I saw that quite often a lot. I mean, could also be with the inexperience of the players, but even I didn't do that in my Hindenburg which was my first tier 10, obviously, and I tried to always play this kind of roaming playstyle. So the Des Moines, he did do what you shouldn't do. It's pretty simple. Nose in against two battleships. Well, he can angle against the Alsace, but he can't against me. But my dispersion leaves me, but this is typical Grosser Kurfuerst. There's nothing more to be said about this. Yeah, and we are in these prawning situations. You see it, the enemy overran our B position completely. The Alsace is a bit too aggressive. Alsace has also really good secondary. So if he would have stayed a bit more and wouldn't run in front of me, we could have like implemented super or like utilized really good crossfire angles by ships or against ships that are between us. Instead he runs in and of course I can't help him there anymore. Using of course hydroacoustics since the Akizuki popped up. Massive blow on the Bismarck. And I let my secondaries work on the Akizuki. I'm thinking of shooting the Akizuki, but since he smokes up in 6 kilometers, I can use my hydro and don't need to bother. So I'm going for the Bismarck first. And already turning my attention towards Izumo, because he's appearing in my broadside, which means I have to turn in to mitigate the damage that I'm eating. Yeah, already ate quite a bit. And let my secondaries work on the Akizuki. I saw also that the Akizuki didn't have torps anymore, so he blew his chance and therefore that's it. And of course, when it all comes together, since you're standing now alone against all the enemy ships, or more or less alone, I have still a carrier friend. Yeah, I have to do my best, and I'm trying to crawl here against Izumo. Good chunk there. And now the issue is, okay, he wants to ram me. You see that he's turning sharply in. I have to turn out to avoid this and then try to swing around my back guns. This is really important because I want to get rid of him. And yeah, sadly I can't swing around them quick enough, so I have to rely on my secondaries to do the damage. While I'm just more or less trying to avoid carrier planes and so on and so on. I'm maintaining my angling. Of course, I don't want to show full broadside. The issue with the Kurfürst is mainly that you have pretty bad, what is it called? Turret angles. So if you want to shoot all of your guns, you have to show a big amount of broadside, and against battleships you don't want to do this, and I don't want to give him the chance, so I let my secondaries work partly and use my my back main guns to damage him as much as possible. While the carrier is still attacking me, but as I said, against tier 8 planes you don't have too much issues. And now suddenly also Wooster appeared. Wooster won't benefit of this kind of cyclone unless he's using radar and stays on distance, because then something like this is happening. Of course there are Woosters that are so lucky that there's every time an overpen, but he just simply asked for a deletion and that's what he became, what he got. Alright, as I said, I will just maintain my distance. I'm also forcing the Izumo away, since I see that my Shokaku is making his way towards C. So right now we are still in the lead with points, and if our Shokaku is able to capture C, then the Izumo is very far away from the B cap, if I can lure him away. Have to yeah. Damage con, and I also switched now to HE just at the moment when he is going for how can I say it, for broadside. I definitely would have had a chance with the my 4 turrets, but he sets 2 fires on me with secondaries and with HE. That I couldn't do much anymore. And he is able to damage control, and now I rely in the hands of this Shokaku. And of course, my expectation, I didn't see him playing the whole game. And now I complain about myself that I, in my opinion, missed up this good opportunity to get my back turrets working against Izumo. Yeah, because he would have been dead. I still agree on that. If I would have got a good Sabo with my back turrets in, I think, yeah, I get like complimented, you did pretty well, but I'm always a bit or myself. I am always criticizing myself a bit if I'm not doing something right. And my team sucked. Well, that's a state more or less. But not everybody of our team sucked. Let's be honest. I mean, Alsace didn't have to die, but I sucked hard. He said, "Who's that guy? EGC Space in the Seattle? Yeah, he was the guy running around here." But my Shikako is doing obviously a good job. He's going for the cap, so now we are still behind in points, but we can make up for this if you cap C. This is already really important. And the Izumo had to make his way back towards B to be able to, intercept our Shukaku, because that's the last ship alive. And obviously the Shukaku is now going for the Izumo. That's what I would expect, at least. And let's see what he's doing. Yes, he's going for the Izumo. Of course, I'm watching here, and I'm always like one of my big drawbacks is that I'm trying to backseat drive people sometimes, and I mean, after the games, I'm always a bit like, nah, you shouldn't do this. Let the people do it. Have more confidence in it. That's if there was something that I should like improve myself on, is having some confidence at least in the capabilities of people. But as soon as you play like 10 games in randoms, you immediately get disappointed again, and I can't keep it up. But sometimes you have these teammates, they can do it. And this Shikaku, Zais 77, well, he showed a bit of what you need to win games, and that's of course always helpful, and I like to see that, and that's mainly why I feature it. The game was definitely okay in the Kurfuerst, and I guess some action loaded gameplay, which is always nice to feature, but it's more about this guy that you don't know, and yeah, sometimes you get suddenly surprised that someone is capable of doing some or is able to do stuff in his ship, which is or might have a change on the outcome. Well, the drop with the torpedo bombers was probably not optimal because he went in from the front and didn't wait long enough to line them up. I think this game was played in 0.8.01 hotfix, so I think the Japanese top bombers didn't have the issue with the or didn't got nerfed, so he should have had enough time to line a proper drop up. He's going with the dive bombers, but mainly he keeps the Izumo busy, and this is really important. And now he comes in with the top bombers, which is a good thing, because if you see what he's doing, he's simply forcing the Izumo to turn into the island there. And that's of course really good. He also hit the bow, which I guess he got a flooding of. At least the Izumo showed this sign of when you get flooding on an enemy ship. But don't forget, the action is also taking place now in sea, because the enemy Lexington realized, okay, that Chicago is just sitting there, but we need to win a game here, and there it goes, the secondary battle between carriers. And the Lexington, of course, is going for strikes immediately in. So there's a lot of stuff Sais has to worry about right now. So he has to strike the Izumo, he has to move his carrier, he has to avoid a ram by the Lexington, so everything at once. And he's deciding, okay, I have to leave C. Right now we are leading in points, you see it? And I just need to, I mean, the only thing he needs to do is just like go here. Just out of the range of the Izumo that he can't shoot him. Because, oh, oops. The Izumo will have issues to hit him when he's like going this way. So I would have like put a path in to the right side. Because as of right now, yeah, he's landing a good good drop on up on the Lexington. But the major issue is that he's running in the gun range or in the gun sights of the Izumo. And that is, of course, a big of an issue because he's also presenting full broadside. And yeah, now we have 20 seconds until the game is lost or over, and he needs to survive this. So it was good. I think he said something from, yeah, this auto pathing or whatever. And yeah, that's another result. Wargaming, the people aren't that dumb. They want to have the control over their ships, so please listen. And he survives with 600 HP. I sadly didn't make any result screens, but you saw the damage and the achievements, I think. But it was more about Saiz 77. So thank you for carrying me to the victory there, or carrying us, our team, to the victory. You did well. Probably not the most experienced players, but doesn't care. You did the right things, or like 99% you did the right things, and that's what counts in the end. You delayed them long enough to yeah, to win us the game. So thank you for that, and I happily feature such yeah, how can I say it, such surprising moments of happiness that you have sometimes in World of Warships, because it's, maybe I should, if I want to, my intention is always to win a game, right? Okay, I have the capabilities of carrying, but I know if I die too early or at some point in the game, it's rather, or it's really rare that someone is carrying me to the win. So in this regard, it's already outstanding because it's such a seldom occurrence, I would say. But yeah, as I said, thank you again, and yeah, people just write in the comments what do you think. I would think Sayes deserves a thumbs up for this carry and help me winning this game. And yeah, that's it. More I'm not asking about for. And as usual, I wish you a nice day, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the replay. Bye bye.